Hello brothers and sisters, welcome to another episode here on Dangerous African Confessions HD. Before we go into what we have for today, I would like to apologize for not coming your way with our video yesterday. The team traveled to do some work, and I honestly forgot to do the uploads. This one is on me, and I am sorry. Please, I hope you understand me. Thank you for your understanding. Let us get into what we have for this episode. In this episode, we have a story from one of our sisters. She shares with us her life journey, the things she has done and their effect on her as a lady. In this episode, our sister now regrets of being a lesbian, and she now shares with us how she got herself involved in it. And how her partner, who disguised herself as someone who wants her happiness, eventually was using her for rituals. She again reveals to us about her health status and the condition she is faced now. She said that she wanted to share her life experience with you, our lovely followers, so that if anyone among us wants to be in such groups and acts, she should have a second thought. Because she said, all is not rosy as we might think. Without taking much of your time, let us go and listen to her story. Don't forget to please subscribe, share and like our videos. Kindly hit the notification bell so you will be the first to get notification to our videos when we upload.
Hello brother, how are you? I believe everything is fine with you and your listeners as well. I would like to share with you my life story to use it as a means to talk to my fellow young ladies who might all want to start the kind of life that I was living. To tell you the truth, my brother, when you are in these groups or cults, you will feel or think that your problems are now a thing of the past. Because the kind of people you will get to meet or see in these groups, you will be amazed. But the truth is, why would someone want to just freely give you huge sums of money if whatever they want from you is with good intentions? Life is indeed a puzzle that is really difficult to solve. The few that have been able to solve it also uses anyone that comes close to them as slaves or toys for their selfish desires and purposes. I have been there, and I know what I am talking about. I don't say these things lightly. I mean every single thing that I am telling you. The picture these people paint for you is just opposite of the exact thing they want to do with you. They always makes you feel comfortable and for you to think that you are a queen and have not been treated well by men or the society. So when they have successfully brainwashed you to the level they want you to get to, that is where the whole business begins. You see, mine started when this guy. I truly loved him very much. And he made me to feel like I was the only person in his life. This made me to also give in my all. I did everything a woman who is in love and thinks the same for her man will do. We dated for 2 years and I never knew he had someone who he was planning to marry. It was until one of his friends met me and he told me that he honestly cannot watch me go through such a treatment from his friend. And so he showed me their premarital photos and the invitation. I made him send the photos and invitation to me. He insisted I question him so he come clean on it, so I can know how I stand in his life. That day, I went to his place and demanded answers. He couldn't say anything but just was asking me for my forgiveness. I really wanted to know how and where I went wrong for him to treat me that way. That was how a guy I was with for 2 years decided to go and wed another lady whilst I was still with him. This betrayal broke me to the very core. And I decided not to go into any relationship again after my recovery. I suffered a lot during this time. Trust became one very thing that was difficult for me to have. He completely destroyed me and how I related to people. And going into another form of dating or relationship was not on my plate. After everything was done settled, I had to gather courage and move on with my life. But still harboring the fear of being rejected or treated badly again. That was how I did shut the door to any man ever in my life. This decision was the one that will lead me into eventually having only females around me. That is how I was led into lesbianism. It was during one of my friend's birthday when we had gone out to this restaurant to celebrate her that I met this lady who would then become my partner in lesbianism. She was looking at me from afar. It was as if she knew me or something like that. After a while, she approached me and excused me from the people. She told me that she liked my appearance and that is why she was looking at me all those periods. I didn't think into that direction when she said that. I felt she was just complimenting her fellow lady. We exchanged contacts and that was how we got to start talking. It went on for a while, our talk. Then she started asking me to come visit her in her house. The very first I went to her house, I was shocked as to what I did find there. She was living a life that every young lady will be dreaming to have. Her house was what we called mansion. It had everything a modern house should have in order to make it a haven for that person. I was really shocked at what I saw in her house. The house was really beautiful and she had about 3 cars to herself. It was complemented with this modern nice paint and had these greenish lawns that complemented the whole compound. She took a likeness to me and even was at times didn't want me to leave her house when I visited. There are days I will spend the night there and it went from days to even weeks sometimes. This is how we got to. You remember I told you I wasn't ready for any male relationships and all that. I got so close to her till I started noticing some changes in our normal vibe that we had. She started changing right in front of me, and questioning why I will always want to change in her absence whilst she does same in front of me. She told me to feel free and do that, because to her it is normal. Then I felt bad when she said all that, so I also started doing same when I visited her. She will always make sure she was in the room when I go and take my bath. I started noticing her gestures and behavior when I go naked in front of her. At first I didn't mind. I felt it was nothing to take into consideration. After some time, she started joining me in the shower. Till one day when I was bathing, she joined and we were under the shower as usual. I was washing myself off the foam that was on my body. I felt her touching me. I opened my eyes to look at her and she was still touching my boobs. I asked her why she was doing that. She said that she don't know what came over her to do that. And before she even finished that sentence, she placed her finger in my womanhood. And I felt this feeling that I had not felt for a long time. I wanted to stop her, but I couldn't. The feeling that I was feeling with her hand inside of me, I also started touching her. We started making out in the shower and we came out of the shower into the bedroom and continued. After we finished making out, I felt this satisfaction inside my body that, to be honest, I never knew existed. Because I never felt such when Kay was with my boyfriend. But I knew it wasn't right for me to do that. And so, that evening, I had decided to sleep in the living room without joining her in the bedroom. After a while, she came to the living room and asked me why I was still there and not coming to the bedroom. I told her I wanted to sleep in the living room. She sat down and wanted to find out why I wanted to do that. She then proceeded to tell me that she has come to love me more than anything in the world. And I should tell her if I have ever seen her with a man before. The truth is that, since I got to know her, I never saw her with any man. And so, I told her no, I have not seen her like that. She then told me that she was heartbroken by a man and then she decided to stay away from men. That is why, when I told her my story, she got so much attached to me. After she narrated her broken heart story to me, I felt really bad for her. And in her moment of tears, I decided to console her. When I got closer to her, she held me by my head and looked straight into my eyes. I don't know what happened, I couldn't control myself. She then told me that she would do anything for me in this life. If only I agreed to be doing that with her. I was still looking at her. She then planted a kiss on my lips. And then, we started all over again. We made out in the living room. After a while, we went to the bedroom and then started all over again. She then started telling me to move into her house and stay there permanently. But I told her that I can be coming to her house. But to move there completely, I don't think it is a good idea. She started showering me with gifts and money. In about after 3 months, she secured a visa for me and traveled with me to Dubai for holidays. We spent 3 weeks in Dubai and knew what happened there. We did everything you can imagine in our suite. When we returned, she gave me some amount of money to deposit it in my bank account. I asked her why, and she said that, not everything should I come and ask her. She is giving me the money so that, whatever I need in life, I can go ahead and do or buy it without coming to her. At this point on, I lost my sense of reasoning. Nothing seemed wrong for me anymore. What we now used to say is that, for a man to use me and break my heart, then I will rather by myself and do what I feel right for me. We were always telling ourselves reasons why whatever that we are doing is right. It is now that I have done to understand why we used to do that. Because, you needed to always feel right about it, knowing very well that it was wrong. That way, you will still be in it, thinking you are doing anything good. She started introducing me to her friends. Brother, if I tell you the kind of people I met during my time with these people, you will be shocked. You know, I met some very important personalities in this country. Some female pastors. Because we mingled more with these gay people, I also got to know that there are pastors who are also into this thing. During this time, most of the churches that we attended, the pastors were all into this group. Right now that I'm out of this, I feel sorry for most Christians who think that their pastors are that holy and infallible. Back to what I was saying, what was not all that clear to me was, she had this restaurant that she operates, even though it is a very nice restaurant, not a lot of people outside of our community came there. I started asking myself how and where she gets all that money from. I one day gathered boldness and asked her how she makes her money. She felt some way, but managed to lie to me. At least, right now I know all she told me was a lie. She said that parents had died and they were just 2 siblings. She said her father left her with huge inheritance and that is as a result of her wealth. Everything seemed alright for us and we were living our lives. At this time, I had been part of this thing for almost about a year. She then called me one day and told me that she wanted me to be on my own. And so, she wanted to give me huge money to set me up. She said she is raising my level to the same level as she is. This sounded good to me and I was so happy. Little did I know that I was being pushed away from her. Because my time is up for whatever that she had done to me to start manifesting.
Don't forget to please subscribe, share and like our videos. Kindly hit the notification bell so you will be the first to get notification to our videos when we upload. Like I always say, these are not just stories for story's sake. They are meant for us not to make these mistakes our brothers and sisters are making. That's why we share these stories with you. After listening to this story, I will say that life indeed is some that no one can predict. And you can even seem to understand what life is all about. I honestly wish the youth of these days will listen to advice. Money is important in human life, but money is not everything. If you listen to the story carefully, you realize she was already moved by what she saw when she went to the lady's house. And the fact that you wish to have such things, any deal that she will bring, your mind might not reason as it should. Because it has already been clouded with the beauty of having such life. The fact that a man or a woman may break your head does not mean that you close your heart completely towards relationship. Sometimes, I don't like to judge people when they go into situations like this. Because it sometimes is easy to say some things when you haven't been into such situations that led such a person into taking whatever decision that they may have taken. I honestly pray that whatever she will be doing will work well for her in the future. I pray that we learn from some of these stories and live a better life. If not for anything at all, it pays to live a decent and better life. Stay blessed and be safe. Thanks for being a part of this growing family. Kindly share your thought with us in the comment section below. And if you are new here, please subscribe, like and share.